Well, yeah. Well, to know me is to love me, 'cause at times I can be misunderstood. Yeah. There'll be good days and bad days, like the preacher said it would. All I ask is you will try loving me. All I ask is you will try loving me. 'Cause loving me ain't easy.
What's going on? It's your boy, King Conda, the People's Champ. Look here, Liberty County, I have the honor, the privilege, and also the pleasure of not only presenting someone, but also introducing to others the man with the plan that would love you and also lock your butt up. Now retired, Duval Page is in the building, yo! You hear it? You hear it? Page.
What's happening, my man?
Sir, I just want to tell you thank you, and it is such a pleasure for you have to respond to my interview ask. Y'all don't understand how long it took for me to get Paige on this show. I asked Paige probably almost a year now ago. When I first started, I said, Paige, will you please, can I get an interview? This is what Paige said. Look here, Mark, I'll catch up with you, man. I'm definitely going to do it. And then next thing you know, 4 months go by, 5 months go by, and then I catch him at his party, right? Paige just had an all-white party at Latin Nation, and it was off the chain. I'm talking about it was beautiful. And not only that, he invited us out to the crib. Now, I know that was probably invite only, so some of y'all might not made it. But look, he invited the community to the home, and we enjoyed it there too. And it's absolutely beautiful. Brother, you have put in a lot of work for you to live relaxed. Now, the reason I have you on today is get a little bit more of your background. And also, to let some of our folks in our community know exactly some more of the good things that you do that you don't quite get noticed about. So, thank you again for coming, and let's get into the show.
Appreciate you having me.
So, Paige, how was your week today, brother?
Oh, it's been a busy week. I've been in Atlanta. I have,
Oh.
grandchildren. My son's in Atlanta. Went to visit them and watch a couple of football games with my little youngins. Mm-hmm. And I just got back. I went last Wednesday, hung out with them, and came back on yesterday.
Are you a new grandfather?
No, man. I've been around a long time, man. No.
He said, no, I've been around a long time.
Been around a long time, man.
So, you're not a new grandfather,
No,
but how many grands do you have?
18.
Hold on. I feel like Kevin Hart right now. Damn.
They all
Paige, how many kids you got, Bubba?
5.
5. Okay, well, you like me then. Okay.
5 kids.
Okay. 5 kids, and they followed in their father's footstep with
Daddy ain't got all
divide, multiply. Yes.
No, it's these kids are young today, so
Yeah,
they
they
do
are.
They do a lot of rabbit hunting.
I know. I know that's right. Well, I got 6, so I can understand. 5 girls, 1 boy. Now, everybody, when they meet you, it's like meeting Mr. Liberty County, right? But look, y'all didn't know Paige is not originally from Liberty County.
Not at all.
So, where were your early beginnings? Where were you born, Paige?
I was born and raised in Washington, D.C. Graduated high school, grew up there all my life. Once I got my high school senior year, graduated high school, I made the choice of going in the military. Mm-hmm. I served 26 years in the military. I retired right here on Fort Stewart in 2007. And 2008, I started off as a Savannah police officer.
Yes.
And then I left Savannah and I came to Midway, which was an opportunity to have weekends off So
I got you.
15 years in Midway, and I just retired 2023.
Oh, wow.
In Midway, and I enjoyed every bit of Hinesville, Liberty County area. I love it.
Well, we got people queuing in. I just want to say shouts out to Queen Shadiqua, excuse me, Miss Hill, Miss Hayward Mosley, and all you beautiful kings and queens that are watching right now. Don't forget to go to YouTube, type in Black Kings Free Game. You can also find us there. We need more subscribers. And please don't forget to hit that like and that share button. Share it out for us, man. We're going to tell the stories of people that we know right here in Liberty County. And Paige was telling us about his growing up. Now, you said Washington, D.C.?
Washington, D.C.
Chocolate City.
Born and raised.
Now, that's something that I'm very curious about because I think I've been to D.C., right? But you know when you're younger, you don't really know where you're at or you can't take in all of that. So when I went to D.C., I did notice that it was parts to it.
Yeah.
But in the parts, you know, you would see, it's beautiful, oh my gosh. And then boom, you be like, oh, well, wait a minute. Now we just went from there to there.
Right.
Now, am I right in saying that?
There's 4 parts. You got Northeast, Southeast, Northwest, and Northeast. And I'm sorry, Southwest. And depending on what part you go in any of those sections, you got some pretty, I'd say, little difficult places. That some places you can go to and some places you ain't supposed to be a certain time of the night.
Oh, wait, while you do that, go in and give a shout out to JJ. Cheo's on there, boy.
Oh, yeah.
Jose!
Gotta give a shout out to my boy, Jose. That's my dude.
What's going on? Jose, you next, Bubba. You know I've been trying to get you too now. You next, Jose. But you were saying there's good parts and bad parts.
Oh, yeah. That's in any place.
Yes.
Yes. Any place.
Was it different in Washington, though?
Washington, D.C. is what we're talking about here. And I knew, being born and raised in D.C., I knew what parts to go to and what parts not to go to.
Yes, sir.
But I've never been scared of my own people. I went to all the parts.
Yes.
So it didn't bother me none.
Do you think growing up in D.C., what part of D.C., was that your earlier parts in life that formed you to where you became a teenager, or was just you were there until like your teenage years?
No, from I was born and raised in D.C. I left D.C. once I became an adult.
Okay.
And was able to get out on my own. Graduated high school, had one option. Go find me a new place to live or find me a new place to work. And I chose the Army, so I got them both at the same time.
Wow. Do you think that the military, you joining the military, impacted your life in a positive way?
Oh, definitely. Impacted my life greatly. I mean, the military taught me how to be independent. Taught me how to maintain myself as a man.
Yes.
Taught me the lifestyles and the life about people.
Yes.
From all generations. I met all people from all walks of life, all different types of backgrounds. And it helped me mature, it helped me grow up a lot.
It helped me grow up too, Paige.
Yeah.
And I wasn't even in the military. You know what I was? I was in a military town.
Yeah, that's it. That's all you need.
So right here in Liberty County, if you could imagine, man, growing up here, it was just white and black at one point. It really was. And there was a difference because just as much as there was white influence, there was black influence.
Right.
And it was more of a fair share of a town because of you had very intelligent people, especially black people in Liberty County. A lot of trailblazers are from here, right? And you had trailblazers that were in the white community also that were doing good, and then it came to a point to where they were doing good together.
Gotcha.
There's a video out now about the old Dorchester Center and the early beginnings. It tells about a teacher that was the first white teacher to go and teach at that school. And I believe it was Miss Sykes. And correct me if I'm wrong, everyone. But she was like the first white teacher to go teach at a black school in Liberty County. At first, she was ridiculed about it, but she sustained all of that, and she taught there anyway. And that was the beginning of integration a little bit in Liberty County. And they were going against the grain, brother. So there's a lot of rich history here.
Right.
And it's going between both races. But when the military moved in, That was the first time I would see a Hawaiian Samoan person, right? And Samoans were so friendly and family oriented, was what I remember.
Right.
I met some Asian people, then more Hispanic, Puerto Ricans, and now I have a new look on life because I met different cultures right here.
Right.
And this was brought to me by the military.
Right.
So it developed us into becoming one people with people from all over the world. And it gave me a wide range of understanding. Because if you're not used to seeing certain people or you're not accustomed, a lot of people's reactions is to shun away because they think, oh, they're not going to understand me, or, they think differently. No, man, these are people.
Right.
So I'm very grateful for the military coming to Liberty County because it got you here too, Paige.
Well, it's got me here, but something you don't know is this was my second duty station. I was here. I'm not sure how old you are, but I was stationed here from 1983 to 1985 when all this we got now wasn't here.
I was 1 year old, Paige.
Yeah.
I was one.
So
I was one.
Fort Stewart was it's kind of a sacred place for me because I really learned to be a true soldier at Fort Stewart.
Yes.
Back in the day when it was 24th Infantry Division, and I took and I learned a lot. I being a city guy, as far as I'm concerned, I consider this the country for me.
Yeah.
I learned a lot of stuff. I didn't know anything about hunting. It's a lot of stuff that I learned here that I was really surprised that I didn't think real people do. But at the same time, I liked it. I liked the area. So in 1996, I had an opportunity to come back here or go to Fort Sill, Oklahoma. And I chose to come here. And I think this was one of the best decisions I made because I've been here almost, I ain't gonna say almost, I've been here 30 years. So 15 years and running through the military here. And then the 15 years as a police officer. So Liberty County's all right with me.
Yeah. Well, this technically makes you, this is your homepage. You know why? You spent more time here than you did in Washington growing up.
You got that right.
And a lot of that development, look at what you've done in the community so far, Paige. And if you guys aren't familiar, Paige is a part of a Corvette club, right?
Chosen Liberty Corvette Club.
Chosen? Say it again.
Chosen Liberty Corvette Club.
Chosen Liberty Corvette Club. And what they do is they get toys for kids, especially around Christmas time. But I know personally that Paige has helped a few kids around, even at the school, especially when he was an officer here in Midway. Can I tell one of the stories that I know about just here recently?
Yeah, it's fine.
So there was a young boy. He was walking the hallways. Paige was up there at the school. Can't tell you for the reasons why, because he's a law. He is the law. So when he was up there, he noticed a young man, and his shoes were, not in good shape. So what does Paige do? Paige runs down to Profi, picks up some shoes, brings them back to the school, gives it to the young kid. And the kid looked up at him and just smiled and gave him a hug and said, thank you. Now, let me explain to you. Paige has done this for everybody. I'm not just talking about little black kids, little Hispanic kids, little white. I'm talking about everybody. He does not see color when it comes to that. When someone's in need, they're in need. Now, you ain't gonna get around and BS him now. But when he sees people in need, he shows up. And he hangs out with a group of people that show up with him from time to time. Paige, when did you start law enforcement?
2008.
2008. And when you were out of the military, were you doing law enforcement in the military also, or?
No, I was communications in the military.
Communication?
Yeah.
With the communications job, what does that entail? What do you do in communications?
Well, I was responsible for several different positions. When you're in the military, you can be doing a lot, and you can't just pick one job. You do a whole lot. I was responsible for making sure telephones were installed, internet was prepared, all types of communications as far as I was doing, should I say, as I went in, I became a radio teletype operator. And I was doing the internet way before this stuff here popped up. All this
called
stuff
the intranet.
Now.
Yeah.
I was doing all that back in the day, but we was doing it through radio and a typewriter in a vehicle.
Yes, sir.
As you move up, you get other positions where you become, you get rank and you become a sergeant, then you become a supervisor. And I did a lot of prestigious things in the military. I was a Sergeant Artie Murphy member. I was a Sergeant Morales member. I was an ex-drill sergeant, or I am an ex-drill sergeant. Did 3 years of drill sergeant duty at Fort Sill, Oklahoma. So
yes.
I met a lot of good people, all types of different MOSs along the way.
Mm-hmm.
But I had a great time. I received a lot of awards throughout my military career. I deployed 4 times with Fort Stewart to Iraq, and I retired as a first sergeant.
So you did 4 deployments? Deployments?
I did 4 deployments, yeah. Right here with Fort Stewart.
And you said you were a drill sergeant?
Yes, I was.
You had to whip them into shape. Then you went to war.
Yeah.
Letting it loose.
Yeah, I had a good time, though. The Army did me right. I have absolutely no complaints about my service in the military.
Well, to me, Paige, you know what? And I'll catch flack behind it, but I don't care. I'm going to say it. You ain't got to say it. I'm going to say this, kings and queens. A lot of folks, in their mind, you're emotional, especially with your children. But for a few of my kids, I recommended them going to the military. Did they take me up on it? No. But one is, but the military really gives you footing, especially if you say you don't come from a family that just had it like that, right?
Right.
If you go into the military, you get a chance to have a place to stay, eat, you get paid. Now, am I going to say you're going to go in the military and you're just going to get rich? I'm not saying that. But you're getting paid and you have a place to stay. And you're there for your country, right? No matter what. So I think that should be an available option again. Not only with kids and parents, but I think that should be a diversionary program like it used to back in the day. I've heard so many older vets say, if I didn't go in the military, I'd have been in the graveyard. If I didn't make that decision, I might not be here, or my life might not be the way it is.
I agree.
Because I didn't have nothing. I came, and my family didn't have time to invest all of that into me. So I had to go get it how I live, and I chose to go to the military, and now look at me.
Oh, yeah.
So I think that we need to re-engage with those options again. I know that some people, they're fearful of what's going on, but one thing I know for sure is technology ain't stopped, and we got a lot of it. A lot of technology.
You got to let me just add to
yes, sir.
What you're saying as far as the military is concerned. I was that guy who you just pretty much said everything about. Had I not been in the military and growing up in Washington, D.C., things really got bad in Washington, D.C. after I left. The drug pandemic hype went a little bit, it spiraled out of control with the different types of drugs that was coming out.
Oh, yeah.
I've lost a lot of friends in D.C. through that era. Mm-hmm. I know if I'd been there, I'd been the same way, either dead or not here to this day. Let me just leave it at that.
Yeah.
But I would recommend, and I wish that we would do that. A lot of these young kids, at least, I think they should at least made it that they had to do 3 years in the military.
Yes.
That everybody had to serve, because I think a lot of these kids is out here doing a lot of this dumb stuff today would see life completely different.
Yes.
Pulling these kids out of their homes. I have this pet peeve that I really don't agree with these children today. A lot of these kids just out here doing stuff just to be doing stuff.
Thank you.
And the system, I say the system for those that's caught up in it, the system wants to put the blame on the parents, but I feel the system took the parents out of the kids' lives by small things.
Yes.
The way I grew up, I knew it wasn't normal, but it helped me become the man that I am today.
Yes, sir.
I spanked my children when they were growing up and they did wrong. Well, nowadays, if you spank a kid and they reach back and they get a whip on their arm,
You get a jail.
you're in jail.
Yep.
The mom and the parent is in jail. They lose their job, behind all of it. And then they still send the kid back home.
Yeah.
You have 17-year-olds in high school now, and if they fight in school, the school resource officers arrest them and send them to jail.
Yep.
Now this child's been arrested
On the record.
on the blotter, and that ain't how we used to do. They're not learning anything in jail. And if you give them enough time and they go to jail and meet their friends, they think that's
Turn to bigger
college.
criminals, yeah.
Yeah, they become. It's a better way.
Paige,
You know.
I completely agree. And I think the bigger part is when you look at a very small minority of people and you accelerate that in people's minds. So that kids, some people go too far, right?
Yeah. Yes.
And it's a minority of that. But then they made it seem like everybody's doing it. Oh, you doing it and you're terrible. And it gets out of hand. That's emotions running away with things. I ain't gonna point no fingers. But whenever you take out discipline, you start losing respect.
Oh no, you don't start. You lose.
You lose, yeah. You start losing confidence.
Right.
Like kids don't know where there's a line because they're continuously being told whatever you think and whatever you feel, that's what you do.
Right.
They haven't been told to check their emotions. And that's something big. The STAR program was doing so well.
That they got rid of.
They got rid of it because you had a parent or a few parents that didn't want their baby being jacked up or being told to get down and do push-ups and they never realized that was the problem with that kid, is that kid didn't see no boundaries.
Right.
And then when they learned the boundary, they started learning respect and respecting other people's space and also respecting themselves. Paige, it's crazy to me how disingenuous some parents can be towards their own child just because of their emotions. They'll say, don't do that to my baby, but then you wonder why your baby will look at you and cuss you out.
Right.
Don't,
Call the police.
Yeah, want to call the police on you.
Right. Well, my thing is this, and like I said, I want to stay where you at.
Yes, sir.
I have been in situations where I've been acting as a school resource officer while I was a police officer, and you would have a kid that would jump up and hit a teacher or snatch their phone back or be disrespectful to a teacher, and they would call us in. And instead of the parent coming into the school system and taking the kid, if the kid's been suspended, the parents that I've seen have come in and asked them when they tell them how the child cussed the teacher out, they would ask the child. They would ask the teacher, well, what did you do to my child to make my child curse you out?
Exactly.
And there's no such thing as what you do to my child, because if it's okay for your child to cuss you out, then it's okay for the child to cuss you out.
Yes.
But then when you call the police, you want us to act on it, but you won't act on what's going on in the school system.
Yes.
So me personally, I think a lot of these kids out here are acting out. I watch a lot of stuff on social media. Kids are going in the restaurants fighting.
Yes.
And kids are going to the club to fight. Kids are out here just going any place. They will leave one club and fight and go break up stuff at another club and break up people's property. Well, my thing is, stop complaining about why Hinesville won't give us no skating rink. Stop complaining why Hinesville won't give us a bowling alley. Because Hinesville don't want to make that a place where kids going to go and destroy what we're trying to build. It's sad that right now if I'm right, there's a chain on the rec center.
Yeah, there was.
In Hinesville. I don't know if it's still there or not, but
it was on the baseball field.
Right. But it's sad because that was something a lot of our kids did look forward to.
Yes.
But with what they got going on today, you can't even go to a house party anymore. Children are graduating.
Yes.
We've had a few shootings right after graduation.
Yes.
A few shootings right after prom. These kids don't realize when you're shooting at each other, you're taking the lives of somebody who's very successful because you choose to try to show off in front of everybody.
Exactly.
Half of them got guns, ain't even supposed to have a gun. But the sad thing is, again, society.
Yes.
Police officer pulls up, a teen got a gun. You tell a teen drop the gun, I don't care, I ain't worried about that. But when the police draw down on the teen, police is the problem again.
Yes.
And that's why you have so many officers that just they back off. They back off because they don't want to go through that lawsuit with the department feeling that they didn't say something right or they could have did it another way. I got, police officers got families too.
Yes.
So it's a lot. It's a lot with these things today, and it's sad that you have to sit and have to bring it out like that because it's getting worse. It's getting worse.
It's getting worse, and it's like we don't want to see it. Or the biggest thing is we got so many excuses on why it's bad. It's like, oh, it's bad because of this, or it's bad because of that, and then we all look back. It's bad because of us, man, because we're not calling it out when we see it. And I get it, man. I get it. You hate hearing.
A lot of times we don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
I done been places where it's so nice and everything is going well.
Yep.
And next thing you know, it's a whole crowd rushing out the door and they tearing up the place and it's sad.
It only takes 1 or 2 pages. And see, our kids could be having a great time, right? They could be having a great vibe. Everybody chilling. And it takes that one person with negative energy and somebody else to oblige that negative energy, right? And then if it's somebody popular or somebody that's influential, it's even bigger now. Everybody pulling out their, oh, what? Go ahead, do it. They instigate it.
Right.
Because, Paige, what do they see every day on social media? They see nothing but fights and people getting attention for it.
Yeah.
And then people getting praised for it. Yeah. They think it's a game.
Yeah.
They don't understand that this is going to end a lot of their lives, whether it be if they committed it or they didn't.
Well, my theory is, and this is my personal opinion and my personal opinion only. I watch social media and I watch 2 girls getting ready to fight. Well, the girl that has the most people with her, they all jump her. 5 people on this one person.
Yes.
Okay, once they beat her up, they knock her down. She's on the ground, she's done. They come back and they want to stomp on her head and kick in the face.
Yes.
And,
Do more.
And you go to the restaurants, you picking up these iron straw boxes and busting them in the head, and you don't realize you crack this person's head open, or you kick this person in the face. Cameras are everywhere now.
Exactly.
You get this person for. I mean, it's an aggravated statute when you just hurt a part on a person's body that rendered it useless. And if you don't go out there and do the right thing, you're going to have a lot of problems. These kids ought to stop. Everybody feel like they got to fight. Half of them don't know how to fight. Half of the people that's jumping on you are people that's sneaking up behind you.
Thank you.
And hitting you in the head and punching you in the face. If you want to fight me, then you fight me one-on-one.
Exactly.
That's the way I grew up.
Yes.
But it wasn't 15 people jumping on this one person and snatching their hair and, it's mess. And to be honest with you, and I hate to say it, but I'm going to say it. It's us.
Yeah. Yeah.
In Hinesville, that I know, it's us. Us African Americans are the ones that's the messiest ones in Hinesville. And it's sad. Everywhere you go, if you look on Liberty County crimes,
yes,
and people make comments on them, I go back sometimes and I read the comments. You want to get mad at the police officer because they grab you something. Don't touch me, don't grab me. Police officer pull you over, and the first thing we do is want to argue with them. If I ask you for license and registration, be compliant. If you tell you they smell marijuana in your car and you're not smoking the marijuana, tell them I don't know about what you're smelling. However, no, it's not me.
Yes.
Just be compliant. But you're going to make it worse than it is if you have to make the police pull you out the car or break your window or get on the phone. Get off the phone.
Yeah.
Police talking to you. I'm talking to my cousin. I'm talking to my sister.
I'm talking to my mama. My mama.
Get off the phone.
Look. Man.
Now, I'm not saying the police officers are always right because we're human. We make mistakes.
Exactly.
But be compliant with what they tell you to do. You go to school. These teachers tell you you're not supposed to be on your cell phone. Young kids getting up fighting a teacher.
About a phone.
About a phone.
That it shouldn't even have, to be honest.
And it's sad because the teachers is there to teach you to learn, not to be your disciplinary. They're not supposed to be the ones trying to teach you to be I'm sorry, they're not the ones trying to teach you to be disrespectful. They're trying to teach you discipline.
Yes.
And if you don't listen to what the teacher tell you, I feel for you if you ever go in the military. You ain't gonna have an option.
Yes, there you go.
You're not gonna have an option.
And see, that's the problem. They got so many options. Kids think they have options, and the parents make them feel they have other options.
That's the problem.
Yes.
That's the problem. The parents don't want to deal with it because half the parents, I'm not saying all.
Yes.
I'm going to say to those that it applies to.
Yes.
Half the parents are scared of the child.
Yes. Yes.
But like I said, the system's made it that way because I know some parents like me come up in my house and think you're gonna walk in at 12 o'clock midnight, 1 and 2 in the morning, and the police are gonna have to come get me because you're leaving, you're going back out of mine. It ain't happening.
And that's true though, and it's something that a lot of people don't like to respond to because they feel, well, how you gonna talk about if we can't talk about us? We don't like other people talking about us.
Right.
Tell me, what if we weren't the ones to be taught? What if we didn't have nothing to talk about? What if what they were saying wasn't true? What if it wasn't true? If we had reasonable people and people couldn't say, oh, usual suspects, and that be true.
Right.
Forget how you can say, oh, well, the media, they always talk, they only put us up there. But you know what? If we never provided that, there would be no footage.
Right.
So I see that we need to really lock down and let's don't talk about it. Let's be about it. Let's don't be so hurt feelings when we can actually do something about it. We can do it no matter what. Because we can lead by example. All you have to do is say, hey, if you have a child and you know that your child throws trash or could be unclean, guess what? You tell them, look, don't throw that trash back out here. Put that trash in the trash can. All we need is actual leadership. You gotta give a damn about something. I don't care if you might live in the worst neighborhood. Guess what? If you gave a dang about it, everybody else, if they see you picking it up, don't say to yourself, well, you know, if I pick it up, somebody else gonna throw it. Guess what? Your spot to be the cleanest spot. If you pick an area and you clean that spot, other people will follow suit, man. But you gotta care about it, even though you don't like where you at. If you don't like where you at, guess what? Make it look like somewhere you want to be at least.
Right.
These kids are, they can be big, they can be huge. And if you're a parent that's doing it by yourself, I get it. It can be that way.
Right.
But there's mentorship programs. There's programs out there. Sometimes you just got to look for it. You got 11 Black Men in Liberty County. You got other programs. It's so many programs. Reach out. If you have a child that you're having situations and problems with, reach out. Because I don't want to see them in the jail system. I don't want to see them looking up to a big homie, right? Some big homie that don't even have their own place. They don't have their own car. But they out there advising your child on what they should be doing next.
Right. Well, the sad thing, like I say, you know, the sad thing about it all is there's a lot. The world is changing. I can't say Liberty County or Hinesville.
Yeah.
The world is changing, and if we don't shut these youngins down that's doing all this crazy stuff now, it's gonna get worse. Especially where, I mean, I know you see already where you got 24 kids going to a jewelry store in a mall and just tear the cameras, tear all the glasses up in there, knowing there's cameras in there.
Yes.
But then if you get 14 cops that come to the door when they're on their way out, it's a major problem.
Yeah.
You know, but
Why'd you stop them?
And some of them got guns. Some of them kids got guns.
They do.
You know, but a jewelry store person ain't supposed to be sitting in there with a gun. You know, in the mall.
Yeah.
You know, you got your own private shop. You know, the rules are the rules. Some places, you know, you're okay with it. But, and then if you get a kid who pull a gun on you and you shoot and kill the kid, now it's all about
It's rage.
yeah. But nobody questions why was your kid in the daggone jewelry store with a black hoodie on, black pants, and a gun with a hammer. You know what I mean?
Yes.
What about that part? You know, stop taking up for these kids that want to act like adults. If you want to act like an adult, then we're going to treat you like an adult.
Yeah.
You know, there's, like you said, there's programs out here. You got guys that get out the military that's over there running the Youth Challenge program. A lot of, I ain't going to say a lot, but most of those guys have some type of military background over there.
Yes.
And we're trying. But you got kids coming here, and that's not what they want to do. You got parents letting the kids lay up in the house all day long because they ain't got to go to school. And if you're going to do that, then you're a part of the problem.
Yes.
You know, you're supposed to be to school from 8 in the morning or 9 in the morning until 3 o'clock. That's where you're going to be at.
Facts.
If I get now, the school doors are locked. I remember when my father and my mom would walk up to the school and walk down the hallway and make sure I'm in the classroom. You don't have that no more. You don't have that no more. So it's changing. Things are changing.
It is. It is.
And, you know, it's sad, but You know, all my children, they've grown. They're very successful. My issue now is my grandchildren. You know, I have a son, and I forgot to tell you this. I have a son that's in the military right now. He's a first sergeant.
Okay.
He has a company down in Savannah. He's deployed right now in Germany, and he'll be back next month. He's part of the 3rd Infantry Division. But all of my kids, I think I did a great job in keeping them out the streets and fighting and doing a lot of dumb stuff. And I tried to do them the same way my parents did me, with a few exceptions to the rule, because I got hit with extension cords, 2x4s, a little bit different, but you know, I'm very happy of my success, and nobody gave it to me. I had to go out there and work for everything I got. So, you know, my background ain't everything you see when you see me, but if you know, I got a driver's license when I was 16 years old. And I remember going and telling my father that I got a license. I only told him because I wanted him to know that I wasn't out here driving without a license.
Yes.
And first thing he said to me was, I don't know what you're telling me for, because you're not going to drive nothing around here. I just want you to, but what he did was he motivated me.
Yes.
You know, I didn't know it at the time. I was disappointed, but he motivated me at the time. And a lot of kids don't see the motivation from the discipline when you're young. But if you don't get them there, then you're going to be going to see them in jail, or you're going to be going to see them in the graveyard, one or the other.
They've taught the kids that discipline is now bad, that it's harmful. Like, it's toxic. Anything dealing with discipline or trying to motivate a kid. Oh, I got to give you a shout out. Lance Duvernay says, Paige, what's up?
What's up, Lance?
You got Dre Harris, my assistant coach at LFMS, undefeated basketball team, 2003, great guy. Please, Unc Sam, that's Lance again. Right. You got Coronado Neil.
That's my boy.
Yes, he said, fam, Duval.
What's up, man?
But yeah, you got all the people on here. They're giving the shots out. And Miss Vernica Mail says, what's up, Paige? Thank you for all you've done, my brother, while serving our community. It was a great pleasure being out there with a real brother like you. Lives have been forever changed because of you, sir. Service. Much love and respect for you. Reggie Allen also says what's up.
Appreciate y'all.
But yes, they have taught children that discipline is toxic.
Right.
I don't know if you've seen the movie Michael. Have you seen that movie yet?
No.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna spoil a little bit of it. Yeah. I'm gonna spoil a little bit of it. One thing they talked about was Joe Jackson. Now, I'm not saying that Joe Jackson did everything right? But I do know that I never heard Michael or anybody say that Joe Jackson stole money from him. Never heard that. I saw them growing up in a house together, right? They were together. I also saw a father that I could relate to because of the discipline and strict things. Like, he wanted the boys to practice all the time. It was like, after a concert, let's get in here and let's practice, right? Now, his wife would say, no, come on, Joe. They tired. They got to go to school, right?
Right?
And he said, we live here. They were poor.
Right.
He said, we live here. Them going to that school and they talent are not the same. This is a gift they got.
Right.
I'm going to help use their gift so they don't have to grow up like this.
Right.
Nobody understood it. It's always misunderstood, right? Until the success happens. Because if there was no Joe Jackson and there was no spirited, whether it was mean or not, he taught them discipline, and they became the Jackson 5. And Michael Jackson became Michael Jackson. And you know what they always said about Mike? Is that when Michael rehearsed, he rehearsed.
Oh, yeah.
Where did he get that from? The big bad guy that everybody says is the mean one, Joe Jackson, is who taught Michael the discipline and how to respect themselves and how to practice.
But that's pretty much the same thing you and I are saying now, and we've been discussing since we've been on this broadcast. You got to look at the fact that a lot of the children don't see what we're trying to tell them in up close.
Yes.
They don't understand the things we're telling them is to help them in the future. So they go out and they do some things that they ain't got no business doing. But, you know, it depends on what you do. If you get arrested now and you get arrested for a felony charge as a young child, you got to strike on your record. You see that jobs are starting to become harder and harder. Family members are getting laid off since we got this new, I'm not going to say anything negative because you don't know who you'll offend. So I'm gonna
Really
say
good.
this new man is in the White House, and a lot of stuff is changing, you know, and it's affecting a lot of people. Some people losing their homes, some people are losing their jobs and stuff like that. And you know, these youngins don't understand it. Go out there, get what's implemented to you. Listen to what these teachers tell you to do. Be compliant with these police officers, whether they're right or wrong, because there's always something you can do in order to set it straight.
You can always.
You don't
go
like
to court.
something the teacher's saying to you, don't be disrespectful towards the teacher.
Yes.
Take it to the principal.
Yes.
Let the principal know what happened. Let the principal deal with it. Okay? But don't you stand up and act a fool.
Yes.
You get pulled over by a police officer because your headlight is out or your tag light is out. Be compliant. A lot of times we as officers, and I say we is because I was one,
Yes.
I'm not taking you to jail and writing you no $200 ticket for no headlight.
All
or no
that
tail
paperwork,
light.
yeah.
But if you start talking trash to me and you get smart with me, I'll write you a ticket for everything you got.
Yes.
And I'm legally right by doing it. You're going to be teed off when you look at the price of all this stuff that you got to pay
Yes.
for what you did wrong. I'm not doing it because I'm mad at you. I'm doing it because you're mad at me and you're not respecting me. So in order for me to teach you respect, I'm going to do what I know best. And that's to cite you.
Yeah.
I'm not going to argue with you. You know, but
Respect.
you got a lot of young guys out here, man. You young guys is out here driving without a license. And the sad thing about that is a lot of them licenses is not suspended. A lot of them just don't have a license. They won't take and go get a
Time.
license.
Yep.
And you got a lot of these guys out here that think they're bad and they're bullies and they're smart. A lot of these young guys are smart.
That is facts.
And to take the test, you're already driving. All you need to do is just go get the paperwork. You know what I mean?
They're smart, but guess what?
Ain't got no common sense.
Thank you. Not only that, it's what they're learning. So you could be the smartest person, but if your attention's never diverted into something that will actually feed you and nourish your brain, if you've been taught nothing but how to break down dope, right? And how to scam people,
Right.
but you're really good at it, guess what? It's because that's the only thing you were able to learn. That's the only thing you saw that you could learn and you were good at.
I agree. Your upbringing
Your upbringing.
is what's...
Yes.
I got you.
Get these kids around people that are actually live up to making them somebody. You got Janice Baker saying, "What's up?" King Wiggle says, "What's happening?" Christopher Miller said, "What up, my boy Paige?"
What's up, Chris?
But everybody's in here. They're rooting you on, Paige. They in here.
I got a lot of good people behind me.
Yes.
Got some haters too, but I'm okay with it.
Oh yeah, you got
those,
to have haters.
Those haters, they don't know me.
Exactly.
They don't
You
know.
got to have it. That's what pushes you further.
Right.
But yeah, kids that don't have these outlets and don't have these people like a Christopher Miller, a DJ Wiggles, a Janice Baker, a Reggie, people to look towards and say, hey man, I done been there.
All those names you just called, they're important people in the community as well.
Exactly.
They all support the community. They try to help kids out,
Yes.
a lot of stuff. Chris was a coach. Denise, she's into the school system with the kids.
Yes.
DJ Wiggles, keep them moving.
Yes.
You know, he's also a soror brother. And they do a lot. It's you know, quite a few people do a lot for the community, man. And I try to be social with those people because those people teach me stuff as well.
Yes.
You know, so
And it's a trip on how the people that are helping in the community, as soon as something goes wrong, or they have a strike on their record.
Oh yeah.
That's when you'll see all the haters come up and say, see, I told you. It's like they're waiting on that moment to kick that person while they're down because they're mad that you're doing good.
Right.
And I don't understand that. And that's what's reflecting in our community today. Paige, when they moved the television shows, and I knew they started with the Survivors, right? That show Survivors. When you got people that you teach, hey, group together, and you get your people and you vote them out, and then at the end you got to turn on the own people that you were on the team with.
Right.
I knew we were headed in the wrong direction then, Paige.
Yeah, you're right.
This is what we're teaching kids.
Well, you know with me, man, I just feel like forgiveness goes a long way. If you don't like a person, then just stay away from them. If you don't feel like this person is meaning you no good, just stay away from them. But if you continue to hang with the same people, the influences that's influencing you to do wrong, Them ain't the people you need to be around. And as a person or as a human, you got to make those decisions on who you want to be around and who you don't want to be around.
Facts.
You know, you and I can talk about these things because we're older guys and we've seen a lot in our life. And I know definitely you. But, you know, at the same time, my whole demeanor is just about, especially at my age now, and I'm not going to tell you, but my demeanor now is just enjoying what life I got left, enjoying my retirement, and just being around and surrounding myself around good people. And that's all I want to do. I'm not not going to badmouth anybody. I'm not going to talk about anybody. If I don't like you, I know how to handle that. I just stay away from you.
Yes.
So I'm okay, you know. And to all of those that came out to my birthday party, I sure appreciate y'all because it was beautiful. It wasn't no fighting. It wasn't no arguing. It was a grown folk party.
Yes, it was.
So,
yes, it was. And we enjoyed it.
Stand by for the next one.
Oh, yeah, I can't wait for that. I cannot wait. You guys don't forget to go to YouTube, type in Black Kings Free Game, hit the subscribe button. Also, right here, right now, if you're watching, why don't you hit that like button? Hit that like button, that love button, and send some stars. I haven't gotten a star yet. I got one from my wife, but that don't count. But yeah, y'all send the love, keep the show going. We are here with Duval Page. I said that correct, right?
You said it exactly.
Duval Page. And we've talked about all the good things you've done in the community. And also since 1983, he has been in and out of Liberty County due to the military. Now, when he joined the police force, he even got deeper into the community and began to love Liberty County way before then. And he has settled here. He has settled here not only with life, but also with commitment. He is now retired out of the police force and the military, and he continues to serve this community. He's a part of the Chosen Corvette Club, correct?
Liberty Chosen Corvette Club.
Yes, Liberty Chosen Corvette Club, and they continually help children and the community. So we want to tell him thank you, and I've had him on today because I wanted you guys to also understand a little bit more of his background. We did dabble into what could help our community and where our children are somewhat, you know, where they can use a little bit more help. And it all comes back to the family, the parents, and a lot of the things upbringing has to do. You know, like we need to encase our community with goodness and good people. And Paige, you are one of those folks.
I appreciate that.
I just really appreciate you, brother. Now, we're not going to be too much longer, but I do have a few more questions if you don't mind.
Shoot them to me. Come on.
All right. So, Paige, with you being retired from the military, right? Also,
Right.
with the law enforcement. All right. How much money do you think you can give me per month? I don't want it. No, I'm just messing with you. I'm messing with you. With you being retired, I know you just gave us a little bit of what you want. You want to surround yourself with loved ones. You want to be comfortable. What are some things that you would like to see Hinesville do better besides opening the fences at the rec department?
What I'd like to see Hinesville or Liberty County.
Oh, Liberty County. I'm sorry.
You got to talk about this as a whole.
a county. Yep.
What I would really like to see us is start coming together a little bit more. Let's start talking about the good things that people are doing for the county instead of always the bad things. Mm-hmm. You got people out here that don't say anything. Like in my case, I don't tell people what I do or what I've done for the county.
Yes.
or the city of Midway when all the years I worked there. Mm-hmm. But I try to treat people the way I want people to treat me. And like I said, I don't go around and tell nobody what I did for a child or what I do. I tell you what we do as a Liberty Chosen Corvette Club.
Yes.
A great shout out to my president, Bivens, and our vice president, Mr. Futch.
Shots out.
Those guys are our leaders in our Corvette Club. And 90% of our Corvette Club, or should I say 95%, are all retired military guys.
Oh, wow.
So we go to all the schools. We get calls from other support than we do. There was a time we were giving privileged students and unprivileged students computers to assist them with their home issues and so forth and so on. We give out certificates to a lot of people. We help start schools. We do pencils, paper, erasers, all that good stuff back to school.
Yeah.
We go to a lot of the public housing And during Christmas time, we try to make sure all these kids get something.
Yes.
You know, we can't give you, we're not Santa Claus, we can't give you what you want.
Yeah.
We try to make sure that you get something.
Yes.
We put on car shows for a lot of the kids and at the schools, and we go to the underprivileged schools.
Yes.
And at the request of some of the teachers and stuff that we know. But we try and give a lot back to the community.
That you do.
What I would really like to see Hinesville do is, should I say Liberty County do is, just put a little bit more emphasis into the kids. I would like to see a little bit more police presence in some of these clubs, where things are great inside the club, but then when they leave out at night, all this dumb stuff start.
Yes.
And I request to some of you young kids out there, if you're listening, all this fighting ain't getting you nowhere. Getting your hair pulled out and your eye messed up, and you're at a young age and you're not even out of school yet, or some of you all out of school, you're grown women, jumping off the balcony at Frozen Paradise to fight and then get beat up for nothing. It's a mess. But I just wish that we could come together a little bit more and become a tighter community.
Yes.
I think Hinesville / Fort Stewart, Liberty County area is a great place to be. It's definitely a great place to raise your kids, because if you were from where I'm from Washington, D.C., a lot of those kids got a lot rougher than you got it down here. And some of the stuff you're doing down here, you wouldn't do it. You wouldn't last long in D.C. So I just ask that we just come together more as a community and make Liberty County a better place to include all the surrounding areas in Liberty County.
Thank you. Because that sounds really good, and it's so possible, Paige.
It is.
Us coming together is a really great thing. And Christopher Miller and the coaches, Devin King and Bernard Green, they were all saying the same thing. Christopher Miller said we need to start just reporting on everything good. Yeah. Everything that's good, we need to see a lot more of that, because we've been losing a lot of youngins, man. And it's crazy.
By youngins.
Yes.
And it's really sad. It's like, the first thing comes out is a gun.
Yeah. Yes.
You're gonna take somebody's life because they stepped on your shoes. You're gonna take somebody's life because they disrespected you, but you still live at home with your mom. You're gonna take somebody's life because she said something about you, but she used to be your best friend.
Yes.
It's a mess, man. It's sad.
It's wild.
It's sad.
It is wild.
At my age right now, I'd rather walk away than to sit and fight you for no reason. But what I'm not gonna do is let you hurt me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the sad thing is, that's the problem. You got these bullies out here that want to pick on people, but then when the tables turn, they get their butt whooped. First thing they do is they go to the car and get their gun and come back.
Yeah.
For what? You're gonna take a person's life for mess. Something simple. Something that if me personally, if I know you've been going to take my life, I don't have a problem telling you I'm sorry. But don't give me that option.
Well, now you look good,
Don't come back shooting, and give me an opportunity to say I'm sorry, because I didn't know this teed you off that much for you to pull a gun on me. And then you don't know the heartbreak, man, and of the parents and the siblings of this person's life you took for something simple.
Yes.
Then you try to go to court. Look at some of these kids on TV. They go to court, and they sitting there thinking it's a game. You took somebody's life for nothing.
And they smiling.
And they smiling like it's funny.
Yeah, I'll be home because they think it's cool. I'm telling you.
You be home, all right.
And if this hurts your feelings when I say this, then I guess I am talking about you, because when I say this, if it's not you, then you shouldn't have a problem with it. I'm going to start with that. So, the only ones that are out here that you step on their shoes and they all sensitive about it,
right?
That comes from the family and how they were raised. Because I know when I was growing up, when my father would tell me, hey, if they put their hands on you, if somebody hit you, right? Or they mess with you, you go tell the teacher. Now, they hit you hard, and then you got to handle your business. He ain't never tell me to pop off for nobody, pull no gun, or nothing like that.
Right.
But because men knew that we come with chaos, we have a lot of physical strength, right? So those men used to teach us, look, hey, small things, don't, let that go now. Don't, it ain't worth it.
Right.
It ain't worth it. They used to teach us that because they knew that with us came chaos. But you got some parents, and some parents that do it by themselves. They make that object that they get them so big. Like, you better not mess with those shoes. Let me find out that you let somebody do something to your shoes, right? They make these inanimate objects so important because they want to take pride in, well, I got you that. And they forget they lose sight of the kid. They lose sight of the kid because they ain't taught that boy how to control his emotions about certain things because they too worried about objects and material things instead of them being respectful to themselves.
I agree.
You're more important than some shoes. Don't go making a fuss about everything. When you get pulled over, it's not, well, why they pull you over and you ain't got to take that and all this other stuff. No, man, I don't care. They pull you over, guess what? Put your hands 10 and 2, roll all of your windows down, cut the lights on in the car, and sit there and wait. If you already need to get your ID, move slow, get your ID. Stop worrying about trying to be right. Like, oh, well, you ain't got no reason. No, it don't matter. If you wrong and you know you're wrong, guess what? You wrong. You ain't got your ID. It ain't about why they pulled you over. Get through that situation.
Right.
And if you're right, when we get to court, we can handle that. We can handle that. But I think parents feel like, or some parents feel like they don't even know how to handle that situation. They don't know how to navigate the systems. So they think that they got to get it done right then and there. Oh, we gonna handle this now. You call me, somebody pull you over. No.
Right.
You can, I tell you what, put the phone, if you want to call somebody, go ahead, call them, put the phone on and leave it on. And don't put it on no speakerphone. Let them listen to what's going on if you want somebody else to listen. But you're not going to sit there and talk to somebody that's not even there in the situation to make it worse.
Right.
I've seen so many of these videos where somebody gets pulled over and you hear somebody in the background talking, well, why they got to do all that? You ain't got to. All you're doing is causing more chaos.
Right.
And we don't speak against it anymore, Paige. We don't, because we're afraid to.
Well, we don't speak. I wouldn't say we're afraid. I would say that we don't speak against it because a lot of people who get stopped by police officers think they know the law. They know what somebody told them.
Yes.
Everything that a police officer does, there's a code section for it. And the code section will tell you, if you read, what you can and can't do. If you want to have yourself together before you go out there and get stopped, and you decide you want to smoke marijuana and then get pulled over and don't know why you got pulled over, because the police are not pulling you over because they think you got marijuana in the car. They're pulling you over for something perhaps you did or some type of infraction that you did while you're driving. Once we pull you over, then it escalates to other stuff because of the driver or the passengers. The passengers should not be talking to you while the police is talking to the driver. Tell the passenger to be quiet.
Yes.
Because a lot of times the passenger talks you into getting screwed over.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
And if you feel that the officer's wrong or he pulled you over for some other reason, guess what? Let him give you the ticket that you don't deserve.
Well, let me just educate you on something.
Go ahead.
Miranda rights, for those of you all that tell the police officer you know your rights and you know the law. If a police is putting handcuffs on you and he's not asking you any questions, he's not violating your Miranda rights. In order for him to ask you questions, 9 times out of 10, they'll read you your rights. If you don't want to hear it, that's on you. But at the same time, you keep, y'all, if a police asks you for your driver's license and proof of insurance and registration, you're obligated to give him your driver's license. If you want to take it to a different arena, keep on. Just keep messing with them. Just remember, police officers are people too. They have a certain a level of when they gonna get teed off at your mess. Yeah. And when they put you in handcuffs and they made their mind up, you're going to jail for some petty stuff that you didn't have to go to jail for. A lot of police officers ask you, hey, do you have weed in the car? Now, if you want to smoke weed in your car and you want to drive around in case nobody knows, or some of you listeners out there not listening, that is a DUI.
Oh, really?
That's a DUI. Marijuana in the car with you. I'm sorry, let me say it right.
DW.
You're smoking marijuana. That can be constituted as a DUI. You're unable to drive your vehicle. You're floating all over the place. That is a reason to have you step out your car and give you a field sobriety, and or you get stopped by a state trooper. The state trooper going to take blood and see how much marijuana in your body. So stop thinking that, I smoked yesterday. You shouldn't be smoking in your car at all. Weed stays in your car.
Yep.
If you're driving with somebody and they got weed on them and you want to take the blame for it, because if you take the weed out of your pocket and you put the weed in the back seat and nobody claims that there's 4 people in the car, all 4 people are going to get charged with the same thing.
What?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
So y'all learn the law before you go out here and think you get stopped is okay. Because it's not. Some of the stuff you guys are going to jail for is petty.
Well, let me ask you this then, Paige, because we know it does happen. What would you recommend someone do that says, oh, okay, they didn't do the infraction and they feel like somebody's approaching them because of the color of their skin? What would you recommend that person do then?
You always get the color of your skin when a person don't want to go to jail or a person know they've been caught wrong.
Yes.
And again, I'm not telling y'all every officer is right. 'Cause you got some officers out there doing dumb stuff too, but there's a system for them as well.
Yes.
You know, what I would do is be in compliance. If officer, you ran a red light, okay, and I'm stopping you from running a red light. If they give you the citation, be quiet. Get the citation and you'll go on home that night. But he's also explaining to you that by you signing a citation, you're not admitting that you're guilty for running a light.
Yeah.
He's giving you the citation, and he's also giving you a court date that you can come and you can dispute that with the judge and let the judge make decisions if the officer's right or wrong. But a lot of times, if you're wrong and you admit that you're wrong, sometimes we help you out.
Yes.
Sometimes we help you out. But if you're going to sit there and keep going back and forth, I did not do this and I did, and you just think you're going to keep over talking the officer, you ain't gonna do nothing but talk yourself right in the backseat of that patrol car.
Yep.
And you're going in the backseat for some misdemeanor bull crap. But you still got an arrest record. That's what I just want the people to think about, man.
Wow.
Don't go to jail for the night if you don't have to. Don't go to jail for a couple of hours because you know you're gonna bond out if you don't have to. Because now you have an arrest record. You're on Facebook. Everybody sees that you've been arrested before.
Yes.
So my theory is just comply. And if you think you know what you're talking about, but you're not sure, be quiet and just do what the officer asks you to do. Yes. Just that simple.
Well, I know one thing, Paige. You dropped a lot of free game, and I hope they were listening, kings and queens.
I'm gonna give it to you straight, baby. You know that.
I know that.
No chaser.
So, in the spirit of giving it to them straight, if you would, before we end each episode, I asked that person to give the kings and queens some food, right? Some food that they can eat on to keep them motivated to keep going and not to give up. So some words of encouragement, if you would, Paige. What would you like to tell the kings and queens? That's your camera right there, bro.
I can look over there now.
Yes, sir.
Kings and queens, all I can say is do what's right. Do what your heart desires because you're your own person. Don't let nobody else take you and turn you into something that you don't want to be or something you know you're not. Don't get yourself caught up in some of these little fake so-called gangs around here and really think that you're going to last, because none of that junk lasts long. If you know wrong and you know it's not the right thing, don't do it. Don't let nobody influence you to do something you don't want to do. For those of you all that listen to this broadcast, I thank you all for listening. I thank the comments from guys, gals, should I say kings and queens.
Yes.
All right. And I appreciate the love. Thank y'all.
All day. Look here, kings and queens. Once again, we had somebody that brought some life stories and shed a lot of light on some things we needed to know, whether we like it or not. So, do the right thing. Keep pushing forward. And by God, let's start making changes that we control. I'm tired of stereotypes being right. I'm tired of stereotypes being right. And also, the people that are doing it, it might even be a minority, but the majority see it. The world sees it, man. So let's check ourselves, because I'm tired of the stereotype being right. And to Mr. Page, thank you.
You're welcome, my brother.
Thank you for being real, and thank you for staying here to be real with us.
Oh, yeah, definitely, man. I appreciate you having me on.
My pleasure. And he will be back. Just want to let y'all know that. Look, kings and queens, y'all have an excellent rest of your week. We appreciate you. And on the ones and twos again, I got my baby on the back. She's working them cameras, and she looks so good. Thank you, Miss Mosley. It's your boy King Khan of the People's Champ with Duval Page. And we're right.